am Shishani, your favorite language learning partner, and on this channel I share my journey with language learning, my experience, tips and tricks I've learned so far, and also a little bit of humor because what is life without laughter? On today's video, I'm going to be talking about how I learned languages from scratch using German as an example since I started learning German only in January of this year. If you find any value in this video or if you enjoy my content, don't forget to hit like and to also subscribe to my channel. So a little bit of history. I started language learning officially in 2020 with French. Then last year I dabbled in a few languages and I also started studying Spanish seriously. This year in January I decided to start learning German. One of the first things I do whenever I start learning a new language is to get a notebook. I'm the type of person where I love to write, and writing helps me a lot when I learn things. So I get a notebook that I can put all my little notes in and to write things in a way that I can understand, especially when I'm using videos or any other resources. The second thing I do is I find a beginner grammar textbook. This is something I've learned from my journey with French, not to neglect grammar. Even though grammar is not the most important thing, it does play a part in your language learning journey. It is what will help you to construct your own sentences. So having a textbook will help you to go over the basic grammar rules, which will definitely help you to become better at your language. I usually download my textbooks from pdfdrive.com, but if it's that you prefer to buy a textbook, then you can 100% do that. I'm currently using this textbook. I will have the links to all these resources in the description. The next and one of the most important things is I tend to watch a lot of videos on pronunciation. This is especially true for German as the pronunciation is quite different from the other languages I study. I watch a lot of videos online, on YouTube, and I practice the pronunciation. I tend to watch the same videos every day to make sure that I get the pronunciation properly, and I repeat everything that is said in the video itself. The next thing, and also one of the most important, is to immerse yourself in the language. This is a mistake I made when I started learning French. I didn't immerse myself enough in the language, so when I started to hear it, I was always lost. Being able to immerse yourself in a language will help you to become more familiar with the sounds of the language, which will make it easier for you to understand what is being said. In order to do this, I find a series online that I can watch as a beginner, and for now that is Extra German, which is found on YouTube. It is very helpful. They have the subtitles in English and German so I can compare words and see what I can learn. While I'm watching this series, I have my notebook, or I will use an app, and I'll make a note of the things that are said in the series that I think I can apply in real life, and I repeat them over and over again. On the topic of vocabulary, I like to use this app called Quizlet, where I will put all my vocabulary in. You can also create your folders in it as well, which makes it so much easier to be organized, especially for someone who likes to learn multiple languages. After I added things to Quizlet, I try to listen to the sets at least once per week. I will listen it over and over again and also repeat the phrases that are being said, which is very helpful with practicing pronunciation as well. One of the other things I do to immerse myself in the language is to listen to music. I love listening to music. It's a hobby of mine. So one of the first things I do whenever I start learning a new language is to create a playlist with songs in that language that I like. I also get videos that have subtitles on them so that I can practice singing the lyrics of the songs, and that will help me to practice my pronunciation as well. Pronunciation is very important. Those are the tips that I have for starting a new language, or the things that I do when I start learning a new language. Of course, as I go along, I'm going to start adding more things to it. But I find that for me, when I start learning a new language, it's best for me to start very small and take bigger steps as I go along. So right now, my language learning routine for German is very simple, but eventually I'm going to add more things to it as I move on to more advanced levels. If you found any value at all in this video, don't forget to hit the like button and to also subscribe to my channel. Share this with a friend who you think will benefit from this information as well. And I will see you in the next one.